The FutureGo Pro Smartwatch by HiFuture is an excellent choice for those after a more traditional looking smartwatch. It features a stainless steel body that looks good and is perfect for formal and everyday wear. It has a 11.32-inch Full HD display providing a 360 by 360 resolution. With its 430 mAh battery, the watch is expected to last up to 20 days. This obviously depends on your usage. Hi everyone, I'm Dom and today I wanted to talk about this cool looking smartwatch which I've been daily driving for a week. I wanted to start by saying that I received this smartwatch on Tuesday last week and I've only charged it once since then, and at present I'm not sure if you can see it properly, but the battery is at 40%, which to me is pretty impressive, particularly after the week I've had with it. But there'll be more on that a little bit later in this video. Let's start by unboxing it. Let's take a closer look at the box. I really do like the effort that has gone into making the packaging for this. The packaging looks really nice and it makes the product stand out. These are your specs and it's got blood oxygen monitoring as well as a 20-day battery life, which is pretty decent, I think. Upon opening the box, the first thing you notice is another box. I really do admire the way that they worded it, the way that they made the packaging look pretty cool as well, and trendy. Okay, so inside of this small box we have some paperwork, a charger, and that's it. So unfortunately it is a proprietary charger, not USB-C or anything along those lines, not wireless, but that's to be expected at that sort of price range. You got what looks to be a warranty card, as well as a instruction manual. One of the first things I noticed upon picking up the watch is that it is actually quite weighty, and not sure if you can see what it says there, if it just focuses a little bit. They do recommend that you charge it to its full capacity before your first use. I must admit the quality that's gone into creating this watch is there. You can see it, particularly feel it with the weight. Okay, so I've now had the chance of giving this watch a full charge, and I must admit this watch looks absolutely stunning. You've got your HiFuture logo here, and this is what the screen looks. The display is really bright on it and looks absolutely amazing. This is the watch face I decided to go with, being a tech enthusiast. Now, one thing I will also say is that I highly recommend getting one of these. So this is a link remover. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with one of these like many watches like this, but essentially what this does, and it's only about, I think I paid about £5 for this if I'm not mistaken, so it's not much at all, is you are able to simply remove the links and make the watch, well, fit your arm basically. I mean, I've got pretty thin arms myself. I think that this is absolutely a brilliant buy for a £5, one of those items that you keep in your drawer. Now I'll link that down in the description below. Let's take a closer look at what this watch can do. Obviously the bezel doesn't rotate at that sort of price range, but what the watch does have is 2 buttons on the side. So you've got a button with a red ring around it, and that's the one that sort of activates the screen. You also have a second button down below it. If we press it, it will activate your activities. It's quite a selection of activities you have here. Looks pretty decent. And one thing I have noticed about this watch is that whilst the system is basic, it's really snappy and it works really well. So let's go to the menu. If you go to the menu, you have quite a few apps, such as training, which is the app we've just been on. You've got your status, which shows the amount of steps you've done, your calories and the kilometers you've walked. You also have your heart rates. So I'm not wearing it, so it's not going to show it. You've got your sleep monitor. I unfortunately haven't worn it to bed yet, so I don't know exactly what it's going to show like, but stay tuned for that. This watch face is like staying on that long. You've got your blood oxygen. You've got your weather. Yep, unfortunately, that's the weather at the minute. Not the greatest. You also have music, messages or notifications for that matter. Shout out to Alex Gear and Tech. Shout out to Alex Gear and Tech on that one. Obviously, this is just my notification area. It's not actually your text messages. You've got your stress level, which it's trying to measure, but it probably won't measure as I'm not wearing the watch. You've got your respiration rate, your breathing exercises, and function. Function gives you things like your stopwatch, timer. You can find your phone, and it comes with a basic flashlight. You've got quite a few settings, such as your dial, your brightness, your bright screen. So that's referring to how long the screen is to stay on for, I would imagine. So yeah, if we go back to the home screen, if we scroll down, scrolling down gives you access to your basic things such as your brightness, your do not disturb mode settings, and I'm not sure what that is. Not sure what that is. Then scrolling up, it gives you access to your messages or notifications once again. The app for this watch is called GloryFit, and that's what it looks like when you launch it. Upon launching, you have a lot of details such as your steps today, which if you click, it will give you a nice chart. I like a nice chart. You can compare week and month. Obviously, I've only been testing it for just over a week, so I don't have more to compare, but it is pretty detailed. If we go to heart rate, you get a pretty nice results here, I guess. I'm not really certain what any of this means. I'm not really an expert in that regard. I also have my sleep record, and it's given me some tips down here, which I pretty much like the idea of. One thing it doesn't track, unfortunately, is REM sleep. I've got my blood oxygen record, which is, I guess that's pretty good. I don't know enough about it to tell you if it's good or not, I guess. And that's it. You've got your sports, I guess you can activate via the app. Device settings, you have a tremendous amount of watch faces to choose from. This thing just keeps going. There are some really nice watch faces on here. It's probably got the most watch faces on a watch I have seen in a very long time, which is pretty cool, I think. You've got a lot of settings here. Unfortunately, it does not connect to apps like Strava, but it does connect to Google Fit, which I think you can sync to it. You can do your updates from here, and there are quite a few settings that you would find useful in the smartwatch. Yeah, so to summarize my review, I think that this is a pretty brilliant watch. Not only is the quality there, but it's actually extremely functional, and the battery is really good. I haven't charged this more than, the only time I charged this watch was once, and that's when it arrived. It's now showing as 27%, which I think is good, and it wouldn't surprise me if it will last until the end of the week. I've been using this pretty much the entire week. I've been doing exercises, I've been tracking all sorts of fitness activities, as well as my heart rate, oxygen level, which obviously takes a lot of battery life. And it's 27% after over a week, which in my books is absolutely brilliant. I mean, the bezel of this watch looks absolutely stunning. The amount of watch faces that it has is pretty decent as well. I decided to go with this one, being a techie. I guess I like that sort of style. But one thing I will say as well, I have found out what this funny thing is. This in the middle of the menu, it's actually your menu option, so you can choose how you want the menu to display. So I've chosen this sort of way because I sort of like this sort of style, because everything's just there. But you can have it as a list, you can have it as a sort of twisty thing as well. I don't really like that. I think this is better because everything's just there for you. But yeah, quality wise it's really good. I highly recommend that you invest in one of these. Once again, I will link one of these down below if you are interested, so you know what you're looking for. Obviously, if you're not comfortable taking the links out yourself, I highly recommend taking it to a watch shop. I'm sure they'll do it there. They may charge you, but I'm sure they'll be confident to do it for you. Now, when it comes to software, I think that the software on this watch is pretty decent. Obviously, at that price range, it's going to be basic. That's understandable. But at the same time, I think it's very functional, and you do get a lot of details, particularly on the health side of things. Fortunately, there is no way of downloading other apps onto this watch. Once again, at that sort of price range, you wouldn't expect there to be downloadable apps, but it does show you notifications, which I think is very reasonable. I mean, at the end of the day, this is, in my view anyway, this is designed to be a nicer watch. It's designed to be a smartwatch for someone who dresses formally but wants to do sports or wants to do anything really. It's a everyday watch designed for an everyday person, I guess. And yeah, if you want to get your hands on one of these, I'll link it down below, as well as a discount code. But that's it for this video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more great content. Till next time.